Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute print and cut books. I've only put 4 or 5 pages into these, as you can see, but it's really super cute, and I think it would be a fun thing to give kids this summer, so have it ready for them. It's like you're going to go on a vacation or something. This could be their book where they're going to draw pictures of what they see, or maybe write down what they see. Maybe it's a nature journal. Maybe they're going to write down the types of birds that they see or the plants that they see, or try to draw those things out. Maybe they're going to just practice their arithmetic, their math in here, that kind of thing. Or, they're just going to doodle in here, whatever they want to do. Anyway, I think these are super cute. I love how they're shaped, just like the characters. So I'm going to do this in Silhouette Studio. If you have a Cricut machine, I highly recommend you get Silhouette Studio Business Edition. I'll have a link for it for you down below and a code where you can get 40% off. So let's get started. Okay, so you can see here Layla's book and her blank page and Levi's. And I'll just show you how to make Levi's right now, and Layla's would be the same way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm using my portrait machine, and I'm going to turn on my registration marks because the first page is going to be a print and cut, and I need to know how big I can make it. The next thing I'm going to do is I've got my Mickey Mouse image. I made sure I brought in a large image so when I print and cut it, it won't be pixelated or blurry. I'm going to trace this now. So I'll come over to the trace panel that looks like a piece of toast, say select the trace area and trace just like this. I'm going to up the threshold a little bit just to make sure I have a really good trace, and I'll say trace and detach. I'm saying trace and detach because this is going to be a print then cut. Now I can move this empty box out of the way. Now notice I do have his tail right here, which I really don't want. So I'll show you 2 ways to get rid of that. One way, and a lot of people don't like messing with the nodes, is to double click. And did you notice all these little points I got? That's one way you can do it. Click on a node, it makes it white, which makes it active, and you can hit delete on your keyboard and delete on your keyboard. Make a white one, delete. Or another thing that you could do is you could use your knife tool. So come over here and get the knife tool and just go ahead and draw a line up here to cut it off. Double click to end it, and that cuts his tail off, and then you can delete his tail. But you are left with some junk right here that you'll want to get rid of. So again, you can double click on this and maybe delete some of these nodes, so you are back to messing with the nodes again. Every time they're white, you can act on them. Okay, I'm going to undo that one because I don't like what that did. What I'm going to do with this node right here, see this white one? I'm going to go ahead and drag it in like this because that's going to help me get rid of the white that I don't want. So let's scroll back out and see, did that do pretty well? Yes, it did. So now I will scroll back out, and I want to put an offset around him. So I'm going to come over here to the offset panel. Looks like a star with an offset on it. Click on him to select him and then say offset. And it comes in at 0.025. I'll leave it like that. I'll change its color by coming up here to the upper left hand corner to white. I'll change the line color, the cut line, to hidden. And then I'll grab both of these things and say group. Now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to draw out a box that'll fit in my print and cut area. Okay, and then Mickey's going to have to fit in that print and cut area too. Notice he's going behind the box. All I have to do is right click and say bring to front, and then he'll be at the front of the box. Now I want the topmost part of him to hit the topmost part of this blue box, and his foot to hit the bottom of the blue box. So I can stretch him out, move him in a little bit. Like that. I just have to make sure that he stays within the print and cut area. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on that box to get the nodes. See those nodes? And I'm going to come over here to where the top of Mickey touches the box and double click to make a node. Oops, I didn't mean to move it. Okay. And then I'm going to grab right here. Whoops, I'm going to get this tool. Then I'm going to go ahead and come over here and get this node and delete it, delete, and so I'm deleting all the way over to that node that I had drawn. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see this node right here. I'm going to add one right here by his foot. Let's scroll in so you can see better. Right here by his foot, I'm going to add a node, so I'm going to double click right there, and that added one. So now I'm going to go over to this one over here, click on it to make it the active one. Notice it's white, and hit delete on my keyboard. And then that is going to give us the outline of Mickey that we need. We might want to fix this part right here a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the eraser tool, and I'm going to come up here. Notice the size is really big right now. I'm going to make it small, and I'm just going to erase that point that bit I don't want anymore. Okay, now he's perfect. But the only other thing is I want to get my selection tool again because I want to make this blue box white. There we go. And I'll take him and I'll group. Okay, I went ahead and dragged Mickey off of the mat so you could see more clearly what I'm doing now. I'm going to go ahead and make the holes right here. So I'll come up here to this drawing tool and get the circle. If I hold down my shift key, it'll make a perfect little circle. So I'll draw one, and then I can hold down my Alt key and drag one, let go of my Alt, hit my Alt again, and drag another. So notice I have 3 of them. They're all exactly the same size, but they're not spaced very well. So what I'll do now is click on the bottom one, hold down my shift key, click on the second, and then the third, and I'm going to come up here to this tool right here, the alignment tool. I'm going to align them all to the left. And now I want them spaced evenly, so I'm going to come here and that will space them perfectly, just like that. Okay, the next thing I have to do is I'm going to go ahead, click on the bottom one, shift, the second and third, and also the white backing, because I'm going to come over here to the modify panel and say subtract, so that made the holes that I need. So I'll group everything back together and you can see those holes. And the last thing I have to do is I need to hold down my Alt key and drag one off, because this one here now I'm going to make simply white, because this is going to be the cardstock in the back of the book and also the copy paper pages. So in order to change these to white, I'll just right click and say weld, and there it is, just like that. So what I'll do is I'll put this on my mat. I'll have cardstock in there. I'm going to hit print first, file, and print. And it's going to print this out. After it's printed, then I will say send. If it comes in looking like this, with this line here and all these strange looking things, you'll know that you need to come over here into this part of the area, work area, and say cut edge, and then it's just going to cut the edge of Mickey. Okay, design, and then after you've done this, then you can cut this out of cardstock as well. So you go, you turn off your registration marks for this. You don't have them. Turn off registration marks off. So then you're just going to go send, and you're going to cut that out of cardstock. And then you're going to send this again, but this time about 4 or 5 times, however many pages you want, you're going to copy, or you're going to cut that out of just copy paper. So that's it. I hope you like this brief tutorial and it gives you some ideas of what you can make using all the different characters you can find online. So if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, tell your friends, hit the bell, and check out my links down below. Thanks again. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.